How's it going, guys? It's Rad. So yeah, it is time for the NFL Championship round predictions, as another round of NFL playoff football has hit the books. And we head to our third round, the NFC and the AFC Championship games. So, of course, last week in the playoffs, I went 4-0. I got every game right. And even all the point spreads right, too. Who would cover and who would fail to cover. So in terms of playoffs, I am 4-4 right now. But overall, throughout this year, I am 158 and 104-2. If we go back to my regular season record. But yeah, let's go into the title game. So let's see who I have this year and who will move on to Super Bowl 53 and play in Atlanta. So the first game we have is our first Sunday game, the Sunday afternoon game at 1 o'clock. We have the NFC Championship game. We have the Los Angeles Rams and New Orleans Saints playing at the Superdome in New Orleans. New Orleans is favored in this game by 4 points. So looking at both teams, the Rams, they were 6-2 on the road this year. And the Saints, of course, 6-2 at home. The Saints won last week at home to the Eagles. So the Rams, their only road losses came in New Orleans earlier this year and in Chicago. Look at the Rams, of course. Got players like Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, C.J. Anderson, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Michael Brockers, Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh, Dominic Easley, Dante Fowler. You also got Corey Littleton, the linebacker that's been one of the top players on the Rams defense this year. You also got in a secondary Marcus Peterson and Aqib Talib. Last week against the Rams, really, Jared Goff didn't play that good last week against the Cowboys. Most of the doubt of the Rams' offense was Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson running the ball. They were able to run the ball successfully. They had 273 rushing yards. Possessed the ball for almost 37 minutes. Like, they did what they needed to do against the Cowboys, and that's keep the ball away from Zeke Elliott as far as possible. And they were able to do that, which led to victory. Obviously, this week against the Saints, Jared Goff's got to actually throw some touchdowns. He's actually got to play well. Because Saints are going to be ready to shut that run down. So I think Jared Goff, he's got to play a lot better. Like, he didn't do anything flashy. Like, he's got to be a lot better than he did last week. Look at the Saints, of course. They got players like Drew Brees. They also got the running back duo of Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram. They also got Michael Thomas, Taylor Smith, Benjamin Watson, Ted Ginn Jr. They also got on defense players like Marcus Davenport, Cameron Jordan, Mika Teo, E.Y. Apple, Marshawn Lattimore, who got the game-winning interception for the Saints against the Eagles last week. And for that interception, I don't blame Nick Foles for that. I have that solely on Alshon Jeffrey. Like, you gotta be able to make that catch. Like, and if anything, Alshon, if you're gonna bat it or fumble it, at least make it go to the ground and not up in the air. Like, come on, man. You also got Marcus Williams, who's also played some good football, too, redeeming himself from that Minneapolis miracle he allowed a couple last year. Overall, looking at both teams, this is going to be a tough matchup. Of course, last time these two teams played each other was earlier in the year. That was when the Rams were 8-0, I believe, and that was their first loss. Saints won that matchup 45-35. Part of that was the Saints getting off to a 35-17 start. The Rams were able to come back only for the Saints to pull away again. Obviously, in this game, the Rams got to keep up with the Saints point for point. Because if the Rams fall behind again this time, they won't come out, they won't come back this time. And I think, obviously, for the Rams, if they're going to have a shot to win, they're going to have to keep Drew Brees off the field for as long as possible. In the end, I just look at New Orleans, they just got a better overall team. You know, and it's very hard to play in the Superdome in January. But the Saints, they can't get off to a slow start like they did against the Eagles. They got to come out strong if they're going to win too. In the end, I'm going to say Saints cover to 4 points, so I'm going to take the Saints by 4. Give me the Saints to cover. So, of course, I have the Saints advancing to Super Bowl 53. Now, the next game we have is the AFC title game Sunday at, I think it's 6 o'clock. Oh, correction, the NFC title game's at 3 o'clock, not 1, it's 3 o'clock. AFC title game is at 6 o'clock, the late game on CBS. We have the New England Patriots versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City is favored to win this game by 3 points. So looking at both teams, New England is god-awful on the road. 3-5 on the road. Kansas City 7-1. Last 2 times these 2 teams met was, I think it was week 6. Patriots won that game 43-40. That was in Foxborough. Now they're at Arrowhead. And if you want proof on how bad New England is on the road, I just got to name the five teams they lost to on the road and we'll justify that. So here are the 5 teams New England's lost to on the road this year. Jacksonville, Detroit, Tennessee, Miami, and Pittsburgh. Did I mention all 5 of those teams missed the playoffs? And New England's only road wins came against the Jets, the Bills, and the Bears. Like, New England is god-awful on the road. But you look at the Patriots, though, they do got a lot of players here. Of course, you got the best quarterback in the game right now, Tom Brady. You also got a running back, Sony Michel and James White. Both played good games. Brady did, too. Edelman and Gronkowski. Like, Gronkowski was more of a lineman in the game than a receiver. Gronkowski only had 1 catch last week for 25 yards. I also got Malcolm Brown on defense and Danny Shelton. I also got Dante Hightower and Kyle Van Noy. Defense, you got players like Patrick Chung and Jason and Devin McCourty. Usually on the road, this is where the defense has struggled a lot on, has been on the road. At home, they're okay, but on the road, they're awful. They usually look like shit. Obviously, Brady's got to play a good game. You got to target the ball to Gronk more. But at Kansas City, you got players like Patrick Mahomes, who's had a very outstanding season. Damon Williams, Tyreek Hill. You also got Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, Kelvin Benjamin. On defense, you got Christian Jones, Justin Houston, and Eric Berry. So Kansas City's bread and butter is offense. So the key here for the Patriots is the defense got to be able to slow Patrick Mahomes down, or they got to keep that ball out of Patrick's hands as much as possible. For Kansas City, they got to keep Brady on the sidelines for as long as possible. Like, I expect this matchup to be a high-scoring matchup. Very high-scoring. I can see both teams easily scoring 40 points each. Like, it's going to be a back-and-forth game. Going to be a shootout. So, Brady versus Mahomes, who do I have winning? Well, if you look at New England, every time they play the AFC title game on the road, they usually lose in the Tom Brady era. Let me put this in perspective. The last time Brady won the AFC title on the road was 2004 in Pittsburgh. You gotta go that far back to find out the last time Tom Brady lost on the road. Since then, Brady's lost the AFC title game on the road since. Never has won there since 04. But after looking at how New England's played on the road this year, you cannot convince me that with how crappy they played on the road, that you're going to convince me that they're going to win in Arrowhead. In that hostile crowd. Plus, let me tell you something else. Last time New England played in Arrowhead was 2014. And Kansas City hammered the shit out of them 41-14. And also, did I mention that game, the crowd set the Guinness World Record for loudest noise, I think it was 122.6. Yeah, they smashed the record Seattle previously had. Don't tell the Seahawk fans, they may get upset about that. in the end, I'm going to doubt Tom Brady. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs to win the game. I think it's going to be a close game. I just think that crowd's going to get to Brady. So I'm going to say give me the Chiefs covering the 3. So I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs to make the Super Bowl. So, of course, I'm sticking with my original Super Bowl prediction I made at the start of playoffs, and that's the Saints and the Chiefs to make it in. So, yeah, those are my NFL championship round picks. Let me know what your picks are. Who will make Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta? And who will contest for the 53rd Lombardi Trophy? We'll find out Sunday. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone has a great day. And yeah, peace out.